They now have a digital trail print from what he was walking, along with a video footprint to put things together, to look for people following, extra vehicles in the same frame, etc. But right now, that is the last video or voice that we have of Riley.
Nashville police today, Chris, again said no indication of foul play. And that's the way, it seems they're being careful the way they word it, but they say no indication of foul play. What do you make of this? I mean, what are your thoughts at this point?
It's, I don't play poker well. It's very frustrating. His debit card was found in an area that we have been, everybody, hundreds of people have been in that area for 8 days. It's in an area that, you know, you think we would have seen something by now. We've had people in the water. We've had people on land. We've had people volunteer helicopters. You know, it just amazes us that it just happened to happen when it did, and we thank God it did, and those young ladies found it. They have been very, very open in helping us with this investigation. But, yeah, we have a lot of questions. Every piece of the puzzle we've been receiving, it leads us down 100 more questions. You know, we're no closer to finding Riley. We've asked for the TBI to be involved. I've even reached out to the FBI, Homeland Security. You know, it's nothing. I'm not trying to take a dig at what Metro Nashville's doing. I know they're doing with what they can. They're probably short-staffed, but more eyes, more people invested in this. We're 8-9 days in. And how does a 6'5", 6'6", blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy disappear? I mean, he literally disappeared.
Yeah,
there's no, I understand. No. And there's no DNA at the scene.
No, I was just going to say, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Like you said, sir, it doesn't add up, which is one of the reasons I think so many people are paying such close attention to the case. But you make a good point. I mean, we're not trying to make a dig at police here, but when you hear that it's TikTokers who are out there, volunteers who find his bank card on the riverbank now a week later, and not police early on, I mean, is that concerning to you and the family?
It is. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, very close friend of the family, but they are very concerned on what's actually going on right now. We thank the Lord. It's ironic that they are literally trying to ban TikTok right now, and they're literally the only ones that has provided us a solid lead 8-9 days after this has started. So there is bad sides to all type of internet. I was actually on the phone trying with another TikToker when the young ladies found that, had them send me a picture of it. I told them what bank he was with, etc. Unfortunately, we have been warned of the bad side of this, how people will want attention. They'll print fake plastic cards of people's identification, throw them in locations of crimes.
We've seen it before, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So before I rallied the troops, the mom and dad, I did have them dial 911. I had them send me pictures of it, and instantly knew, wow, we have our first clue. And, you know, it was amazing. We were so happy. And I told him, and you saw it in the interview, they were extremely nervous. I told him, I said, you're about to have 100 people instantly come to that spot because they were live. And I said, I need you to make sure nobody comes within 10, 20 feet of where you found that card, because we can't take a risk of jeopardizing, you know, a potential crime scene. They did not label it at that yet.
That was smart.
But, you know, yeah, just and they were nervous and they go, okay. And it was awesome. But we're very concerned. I wish we had more people looking in this, invested in it. We just want Riley home. He's a great kid. He has a lot going for him. He was 2 months out from living the American dream and starting, you know, graduating college and being an investment career that he wanted to be in. Just how does somebody like that just disappear, especially when there's an officer within a half mile, quarter mile of that area looking for suspects and smash and grabs? You think if there would have been an altercation, which there has been some stories and unverified, he would have heard that because he's listening for, you know, things going on with automobiles. There's the video of it right there.
Yeah, you'd think, like you said, the video, that the officer was so close, which just adds to the mystery. I want to ask you real quick, Chris, do you know much about Riley's final communications? Have you had any access to his text messages or who he was talking to last?
We did. You know, people, we've been trying to explain how much of a family-oriented Riley was. Riley actually talked to his mom an hour and a half, 2 hours before this incident. he's one of those kids that still loves his family just like ours did. That's why we love this kid. He was seeing a young lady that there was a recently new relationship, and she is literally the last person that we know that had any communication with Riley from the family. She texted him to see how he was doing, if he was having fun. He sent kind of a scripted text back to her saying good slops, or something like that. She said she even had to Google it. She didn't understand what that slang was. She thought maybe it was something new they picked up in Nashville. It was not new slang.
Wait, say that again.
Riley
what was it? I missed it. What did he text? Can you say it again? I didn't understand.
He actually, he texted her back. Instead of saying good time, he said good lops, like L-O-P-S.
Good lops.
And which we were all confused. We're like, wow, what is that? And that just kind of shows the state of mind that he was in at that time. This is all within a 10-minute window of what you just seen, where he went missing.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.